but in some cases, we are not. Do you agree? Well, being the youngest isn't always the greatest. Based on my experience, it's true. And I can say that I'm not a spoiled brat and it's not easy. I don't easily get what I want. I must strive hard first so I can get a reward from my parents. And when you're the youngest, you are bombarded of the things that your older siblings told you to do so. It's like you are their slave. And it's annoying, right? But you don't have any choice, so you will just do it because they are older than you and you must respect the elders. And mostly, when you're the youngest, your parents will always give you commands. Then, now all you hear is how to be more or less like your older siblings. So you are always told on what to do, and there will be many do's and don'ts in your life. Being the youngest gets hard when you carry too much pressure, just like me. My older brother and sister had their own family at a young age, so they are now only focused in their own families and not on providing my parents once in life. So my parents always remind me that I'm their only hope and that I will be the one to fulfill the unfinished mission of my older siblings. And it's kind of pressure. Many things are really expected of you, and you really have to meet their expectations. That's why sometimes I'm afraid to fail because I don't want to disappoint them. There are also times that there are comparisons being made, and I can still remember that I was once being compared to my older siblings. I was told that I'm like my older brother and sister, that I will just defy, provoke, and disappoint my parents. I tried to understand them, but it really caused me pain because I have tried my best, but they have not appreciated it. It's like a wasted effort. Then it led me to my undoings. Carrying too much pressure and being compared to others have really bad effects. But despite many of minor disadvantages of being the youngest, don't regret and trade your position. That's why I'm still thankful that I am the youngest because I am able to understand and observe the mistakes being made by my older siblings and the consequences that come with it. So it's like saying that you learn the ropes and buttons not to push. So being the youngest isn't always the greatest, but can be the finest. So be grateful. Thank you.
My topic is about how I prepare to meet my challenges. I believe that if I dream it, I can achieve it. In a world of modern technology and scientific development, one must be empowered or prepared to meet the challenges we must face. For each young person who is known as dependent, life is so simple because our parents and guardians are solving our problems. Little do we realize this period is only temporary. Life goes on. Adulthood must come with personal responsibility. How will I prepare to meet my challenges? I must first think big. In order for me to think big, I must say as Dr. Ben Carson, I must unleash my potential for excellence. I want to be a doctor, and in order for me to do this, I must believe in myself, study constantly, and believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I must use every talent in which Allah has bestowed upon me. I must be empowered for facing tomorrow's challenges because of my inner strengths and positive values given to me by my loving parents and generations of good examples. I will work hard, dream and think big. I will study hard, acknowledge Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as first in my life and in all that I do. I believe I will be empowered to face my challenges in the present and future with excellence. We all face with challenges constantly in every area of our lives. Most people have a hard time accepting and dealing with these challenges that arise. The truth is that you will have to deal with difficult problems throughout your life, whether it is in your personal life or career. Most of us get really afraid of running away from problem because we don't want to accept reality the way it is. Life is full of challenges. Some people seem to meet every challenges with confidence, while others struggle to overcome them. There is a reason why certain challenges seem hard to you, while others breeze right through the same situation. There is a reason why you put off a task for weeks that can be done several times a day by someone else. It's not because they have anything over you or are better than you, and it has nothing to do with particular skills, set, or know-how. It's about consciousness. Those who face challenges, tasks have found a way to avoiding seeing those activities as challenge. We should make our motto: think positive, act in positive, and live in positive. With this kind of attitude, we will always say to ourselves, nothing is a problem. I will see every problem which comes as a challenge. So let the challenges come. Thank you.
Have you experienced that someone prohibited you to do the things you want to do the most? Or have you experienced that someone won't allow you to do the things you want to do the most because of your own good? Somehow, I've experienced the same incident. All my families, friends, especially all the people who are close to me, said the same words: stop eating. But why do they told me about those words? They didn't know that those words actually hurt my feelings. Why? Because food is my life. So, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I am Fresca Cia Feche, standing here in front of you today to tell you about my topic. Food is my life. But before anything else, what is food? According to the dictionary.com, food is any substance that either human or animals eat or drink, plant absorb to maintain life and growth. Food is something we eat every day, every hour, and most of the time. Food is something we need to have energy to continue to live and to be active. In my 17 years of existence here in this world, all I can say is that food is my savior. Without food, I couldn't survive in this world. Because food is my happiness. You're right. Whenever I see foods, I buy it. Whenever I heard that there's a new restaurant nearby, I'll go and eat. Whenever my friends invited me to eat lunch, breakfast, dinner, snacks, or even midnight snacks, I'll go. And most especially, I eat all the foods that my mom prepares. Food is everywhere. Food helps me to relax every time I have a problem. Food gives me enjoyment because I enjoy eating different kinds and different flavors of delicacies. Food helps me when I am stressed. Food rescues me. By eating, it helps me to divert my attention, and after a while, I'll be calm. Food is like my family. I love them so much that I couldn't live without them. But have you ever heard that the ones you love very much are the ones who hurt you the most? Right. Food is my savior, my happiness, my life. But everything changes as time passes by. because food also makes my life upside down. Because I love them so much that I couldn't control my eating habits that leads me to an obese person, or that leads me to obesity. An obese person that everyone hates, everyone makes fun of, and everyone despises the most and treated unfairly. But everything happens for a reason. My family, especially my mom, was the most concerned about my feelings, my health, and everything. But that's why she prohibited me to eat unhealthy foods. And also, she prohibited me to eat my favorite foods like adobo, chicken, pizza, hamburger, ice cream, and what's worse, no cold water. But do you know what I felt that time? I felt like someone punched my stomach, or I felt like a heartbroken. But when I thought about those times, all I can say is that my mom cares for me so much, and she knows what's the best for me. But the most important is everything paid off from that health diet. But as you can see that I am a person who cannot live without food. So there are times that I go to my room, I eat chicken secretly or eat junk food secretly. But when my mom caught me, she gets hysterical, she gets angry. But as the time passed by, or as the day passed by, she realized that food is my life and I couldn't live without it. That's why she allows me to eat everything I want in one condition. In one condition that my weight is not gone for up to 100 kilos. So, with that, I'm so very happy that I eat everything again and again. And I felt like I won a lottery. I know that everyone thinks I am a pig who eats everything. But I don't really care. Why? Because I know what I am doing. I love what I'm doing. And I love to eat. And I know my capacity and my limitation. And for those people who bullies me, I don't really care. Why? Because they didn't know what I have gone through that they didn't expect I've experienced it. So, for those people who are picky of foods, and for those people who doesn't eat much because they're sensitive of their body, all I can say is that they miss a lot of chance to eat different kinds and new flavors of delicious foods that they can say it is the best food I ever tasted. By eating, I know that by eating, it can make us fat. But it is not bad to explore new different kinds of delicious foods. It is the person, or it is for you how you can control yourself or how can you discipline yourself. Food is very important. Food, we should not waste food because without food, we couldn't survive in this world. Just for me, without food, I am not here standing in front of you because without food. Because why? Because food is my life. And all I can say is that for those people who loves to eat are the best people in this world. That's all.
Have you ever been into depression? Have you ever felt so unworthy, tired of everything, lost hope? Maybe I can help you, and maybe you can gain some advice. Because I've been into depression. I've got tired of everything. I lost hope, feel so unworthy. I wanted to talk about how and why I wanted to get away with depression. But I won't talk about how and why I got into depression. The first thing I did is that I started communicating with my old friends. I started chatting them to Messenger, social media. I started consulting their lives. How's their life going? Their studies, is it okay? Are they pressured, stressed, like I've been felt? Yet they responded. They responded with the same feeling that I am. We decided to have at least a bonding, maybe twice a week or once a week is okay. And I wanted to see them because we've been apart from since I studied here in USTP as a senior high school student, while they studied at another school, and my other friends start studying at another school, and I've missed them. I've missed them a lot, and maybe because that's why I got into depression. And but I won't talk about. I adjusted my life while while studying here in USTP. I started to make new friends, communicating with some of them, communicating my new classmates, and there's a great bond. There's a good bond. There's a good relationship, friendly relationship, and I am comfortable with it, and I am okay with it because I started to getting move on from my past, my lonely self, and it entertained me. And I also busy myself from joining sports, like discovering new sports, which my classmates introduced me to, like rugby football, and enjoying it. And I have enjoyed, and maybe that's one of the reasons that divert my mind from thinking negative thoughts like suicidal or anything that could harm myself, my health, and also affects my family. And if you have knew some person that's been into depression, I just wanted you to let them know that they're not alone. And if you have new person or a friend that's been into it, maybe you can support them. If you have new a friend or someone who is close to you that is into depression, I just want you to know that you can help them just by supporting. Let them know that they're not alone. Let them know that you have her or him. At least you can entertain them, which they could divert their minds from thinking suicidal or negative things that they could do to harm themselves. I just want you to help people, or if you have someone new that has been depressed all by yourself without someone to have listening. And by that, I I am happy that I get away with it because my life now has been stable, fine, and of course there's problem is endless, so I got used to solving it. And oftentimes if I could solve, and if I couldn't, I ask help, because if you won't ask help from people or someone you could have at least asked to, you won't be able to continue your journey in life, because asking help is the only way to surpass your circumstances.
We have different identities, we have different stories, and behind those stories are different problems. Tonight, I've seen faces, smile, and with laughs. I'm not sure if that smile is pure, authentic, or genuine, but I'm sure that you've wiped your tears because of certain problem that you've been carrying all this time. It's actually normal. It's okay. It's part of our teenage life. when we are still adjusting in a larger life, larger from the way that we've seen before, then it will never be easy. Then for now, we all know that life has lots of problems. And to be able to surpass that one, I will let you learn from a certain person in opposite their age. I'm 16 years old, and maybe some of you are 16 years old. So that person is actually 61 years old. He's a doctor, and I met him last Saturday night. Because of certain scenario, he asked for my name, and then he started with this one sentence. I know that in your teenage life, you have different problems. I was like, oh, okay. So, and then, since, he knew, then I asked him, what are the things that am I going to do, am I going to think to surpass all those problems? To live my life normally. Then, because he's a doctor, the first stop, it's foods. Like, I used to know that you really have to eat healthy foods, but then he told me, you have to eat foods, not just to survive your life, but also, we don't know how our life are going to end, or when it will going to end. So, he told me that you really have to eat healthy foods. The second one is our egos. Guys, don't ask for the best when you have more, or don't ask for more when you have the best, and don't ask for the best when you have the certain thing that can actually meet the requirements of your wants and needs. Just be contented. For the third one, it's your values. It's the only thing that is a lifetime knowledge. It's the only thing that is easy to learn, easy to memorize, easy to understand, but it's actually hard to apply. So you have to think of that. The last one is honor your father and mother. I don't know what's the connection of that one to my problem today, but then, that honoring your father is like involving respect to them, but then he told me that honoring your father is not just about respecting, it's about asking for his help. Maybe we have different problems, and the only solution for this one is to ask for their help. I will let you think of your father. If you don't have a father, then think of someone that stands to your father, and if you don't have any father, then don't think of it. Remember. So think of the useful things that your father actually do. Every time you step into that door, every time you wake up, and every time before he went to the bed. Did you ever ask for yourself when you have got that big problem in your heart, when you've got that burden? Did you ever turn your attention to him, approach him, sakit lagi. Did you ever ask? Because the man sitting right behind that time told me that fathers are actually waiting for their sons or daughter to ask or approach their help. I was like, really? Yes, because even a small closure, a small talk can tighten the string behind you and your father. So mothers are there to care, mothers are there to guide. Fathers are there, standing strong, and parents are there to be your companion, to be your lead, to whom you can lean on. So maybe the only solution to our problem, since we are still living in a life, when we're still in our sparkling years, is to ask for their help. Maybe the only thing is to think of it. Face your mother, then, unsa akong buhaton? Maybe that's the only thing. For the last one, living in a life full of difficulties, it's your choice. It has actually many choices. It's your choice to live it with your own. It's your choice to live it with others and before yourself. It's your choice to take care of it. It's your choice to think for yourself and not for the others. It's up to you. But you have to think that behind those choices, you have to choose a choice that will lead you into a chance that will make you see what life and how beautiful it is. Thank you. Have a good day.
It is hard to look at the man who ruined my childhood. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Aubrey Chu, and I am to tell you the story of life of being in a broken family. I am from a broken family. My father and my mother were not married. My father went through multiple relationships, and my siblings didn't have always the last name as mine. And we are seven, and coming from six different mothers. And I have one half brother, and if my dad and his mother never split, then I would not be here. I used to wonder what would it be like to have a dad who reads you bedtime stories. What would it be like to have a dad who scares all the guys who try to date me? What would it be like to have a dad who will never leave his family? People always ask me if it is hard to be in a broken family. And it is hard, yes. That feeling you got a message from a friend canceling your trip because it is their family day. It is hard how I graduated in elementary and completed my high school without a dad coming up on the stage just to put a medal on me, and first didn't receive any congratulations message. It's hard how I am always questioned why I don't have a middle name. It's hard to know the truth that my father didn't sign my birth certificate because from the moment that I was born, he was not there, and I hadn't get his surname. And it's heartbreaking how I celebrate my first to 17th birthday without receiving any birthday message from him. And it's heartrending how I see my mom 24/7 working just to provide our needs, and just to provide the future she once dreamt for herself, but now it is for me. It's hard how how I always fail in my relationships because the very first man who was supposed to love me broke my heart. What the trauma I have, it is a blessing coming from a broken family because it just means that God gave you a reason to be strong and gave you a reason to stand up and smile in the world like you're not struggling. And now I am a stronger individual. Now I accepted the truth and moved on. It is a blessing for me because life in an early age, life has taught me to strive hard and work hard to get a better future and a good husband so that my future family will not experience what I experienced today. I learned that water is sometimes thicker than blood. And now I can handle bigger problems because I have been through the biggest. And just remember, man, always think on how you treat women these days will be how the boys treat your daughter someday. And remember, ladies, that there's a lot difference of being liked by a man and being valued by a man. Many guys will like you, but few of them value you. Be valued. Thank you.
First of all, I would like to greet everyone a very good evening. It is an honor for me to share about my life here in Cagayan as my new environment. New environment. When we say new environment, it means new ambience. It will be different for you, especially as a newcomer that will be living in a new place. Different because it is new to your perspective. If you are a newcomer and will live to that place, the first thing that will come up to your mind is that you are excited because you'll be seeing a new ambience, seeing new faces, socializing with new and different people around you, and dealing with new things that you haven't encountered yet. But there are things that you need to consider. Despite from that, you'll also be dealing with new challenges. And in order to deal with, you will first need to adjust and adapt the environment. I live in Quezon, Bukidnon. I know some of you do not know where this place is because it is very far from here. I will be living in Cagayan because I want to continue my high school education and so with my college. So I, as a newcomer, I will be living to a new place, which is here in Cagayan, I feel excited at first because I'll be dealing with new challenges summer and will be living to a new place, which is here in Cagayan. I feel excited at first because I'll be dealing with new environment, making new friends and seeing a new ambience. But at the same time, I feel nervous. I know that it is hard for me to deal with it because I will be dealing with challenges. In order to deal with, I need to do first a self-adjustment to the environment. In order to adjust myself, I observe first how the environment acts, especially the people in the environment, in order to understand and know the difference between the environment where I used to live and adapt where I am now. After some weeks or a month since I am here, I already adjusted myself to the environment. And now, the last thing that I need to do is to adapt the environment. In order to adapt, I need to change my behavior so that it will be easier for me to live here in Cagayan and to interact with the different people around me. And since I already understand how the environment acts, I changed my behavior, but not in a sudden way. I changed it not because I want it, but in order to make myself fit to the environment. And since my adjustment and adaptation in the environment was done well, my life here in Cagayan is much more like I am just living in Quezon. Because I enjoyed my life here in Cagayan, just like how I enjoyed my life in my hometown. I enjoyed it not only because of the Cagayan itself, but also because of my newfound friends. In Cagayan, I experienced things that I haven't encountered yet. And also, I experienced a lot of things that I never experienced in Quezon City. Enjoying my life here in Cagayan is one of my goals that I already achieved, and I have no regrets in living here. In order to live easier and to enjoy life in a new place or a new environment, the things that we need to do is to adjust ourselves in the environment. In order to understand and to know the difference from our previous environment so that we all know what are the things that we need to consider in order to change and adapt so that it will be easier for us to live and interact with the new people in the new environment. Even if you are in a new place or a new environment, we can still live our life like we are in our previous environment. And we should not worry anything about enjoying our life because there are lots of ways on how we are going to enjoy our life. And to make our life complete, we should love our life. Before I'll end up my speech, I would like to put this quote in your heart and mind by Bob Marley. Live the life you love and love the life you live. That's all. Thank you, and once again, good evening and God bless us.